It's going to be that part two that I was talking about. God said, "Keep it real," and I talked about the men in the first part. And now I'm gonna talk about the ladies. I'm gonna talk once again. I'm gonna talk about the bad side, and I'm gonna talk about the good side. Okay, ladies. You have a lot of ladies out here. Okay, um, that's grandmothers. The problem is you got a lot of grandmothers out here these days that's 30 years old, 40 years old. We don't have that Medea grandmother too much anymore. The grandmothers these days are 20, 25 years old and is a grandmother. And I'm talking to all ladies, all women. You have a responsibility, okay? And I'm going to talk about the bad first. You have a responsibility, okay, when it comes to being a lady. Okay, when you at a certain age, okay, 40, 50 years old, 60 years old, and you're running around here with short dresses on that show, and the reason why I'm saying this is because I seen this the other night when I was driving. I got out, I was in my truck, and I seen a young lady, she had to be maybe in her 40s, and the dress she had on was so revealing you could see her panties and everything else that through her dress. Ladies, let me tell you something. Real men do not want a lady that you can see everything. Okay? The men that want those kind of women, they're the one night stand men. Okay, they want that one night stand because they like what they see for the moment, but those are not the kind of women they're gonna take home to mama. Those not the kind of women they're gonna take home to their family to see their family. Okay, to meet their family. Those are not the kind of women that they want to sit up here and spend the rest of their life with. Okay, they like those short dresses and everything else and whatnot because they like what they see. See, men are visional, and what they see is what they like. And when they see a woman in a short dress on and popping everything out and everything else and whatnot, they like it for the moment. Okay, it's a plaything for them, and that's what it is. They like it for the moment. They don't want nothing serious with it, but they like it for the moment. Okay, and women, you got to have a little bit more respect for yourself. Even the younger women, that's 20 years old, 30 years old. It's fine to put on nice things and everything else and whatnot, but you don't have to put on something so tight that it's literally showing everything that you have to be sexy. That has nothing. That's not being sexy, And you got a lot of women out here that have good men at home, have good boyfriends that sit up here. I heard one lady said, that her father raised her where he did everything for her, put in her gas and changed her tire. And you got a lot of women out here that, depend on their man to do stuff like that. And it's nothing wrong with that. If you got that kind of man that's going to sit up here and do things for you like that, that's a good thing. Okay. The problem is, you can't lose your independence in waiting on a man either. You can't lose your independence when it comes to you doing things. See, it's okay to have your man to sit up here and do things for you, but you also have to know what to do for yourself. Like I said, when it comes to taking care of your man, you got a lot of women out here and whatnot that'll sit up here and go to the club or travel around all over the place and whatnot. They got good men at home and they just dog them out. They talk to them any kind of way. I got a couple of family members that they talk to their men like they talking to their child. You can't do that when it comes to a good man. You know what? I'm not talking about these street men that just don't care about nothing and curse you out and everything. I'm not talking about these men. I'm talking about a good man. When you got a good man, okay, you can't go around talking to this man any kind of way, disrespecting him in front of people, dogging him out and everything else and whatnot, treating him like he's trash, okay? You can't sit up here and do whatever you want to do when it comes to this man, especially when it comes to a godly man, because God is not going to allow it. He will take that man away from you and put somebody else in that man's life and whatnot that's going to do right. Okay, this is why I said, this is the bad things that I'm talking about women, because you have some women out here that don't appreciate a good man. And yet, and still, we do have good men. And I always hear women say, well, I don't, there's limited good men. That's far from the truth. There is a lot of good men. You just looking in the wrong place for them. See, sometimes women to sit up here and go through the same thing, they'll get hurt and they'll go to another person and whatnot that's gonna do the same thing. And then they sit up here and say all men are the same. All men are not the same. Every man is not the same. Okay? There are good men out here. And you have to know the difference between a good man. But when you get a good man, you have to treat him with respect. You have to talk to him. You have to sit down with him. Sometimes you might even have to develop a good man. Okay? Not saying that he's not you. You have to do like a child and develop him. But some men, okay, might not have grew up with a mother and a father, okay? But that doesn't mean they're not a good man. Now, I'm talking about a good man that's going to sit up here and work, that's going to sit up here and take care of you, that's going to sit up here and do the right thing and whatnot. And he might be a little rough around the edges. He might not know certain things. I'll give you a perfect example. A lot of things I didn't know about when it came to wines and stuff like that. And I had a young lady when I was growing up showed me about the finer things in clothes and the finer things in wine and the finer things in life and whatnot. Okay. Because she seen something in me, okay, that had to be developed. And it wasn't that I wasn't willing to learn, but I had to be taught. And sometimes, ladies, you have to take the time to mold your man to the person that you want him to be. Okay? I'm not sitting up here saying, you trying to make them over, whatnot. But sometimes people do make people over. And I've seen it. But we're talking about good men. Okay, we're talking about good men. And that's the problem with a lot of women. They want to sit up here and they want to run to the fast life and they want to run to the ballers and the money people instead of dealing with that man that's willing to sit up here and work. That man that's working in McDonald's, or that man that's working in a restaurant, or that man that's working 14 hours a day and he might not be making that much money and whatnot, but you want that person that got all the money right now instead of taking the time to develop that man that you have and make him that you can take that same old man that's working in McDonald's and make him a CEO or somewhere, and it takes time. You have to develop that person. It's growth when you're doing it together. Okay, this is the bad things I want to talk when it comes to women. What women need to do when it comes to certain men. You like I said, you got to treat men like men. You can't treat them like your children. You can't talk down to them. You got to show them respect. And that's some of the things that a lot of women don't do. Okay, now I'm gonna talk about the good things when it comes to women. Women, you have a lot of beautiful women out here. Okay, and I'm talking about, once again, I'm talking about all races. I'm not talking about a specific race. I'm talking about all races. Okay, women, you are a God's gift to man. Okay, and you must know what your worth is. Okay, I've seen so many women that get in a relationship, have a good person at home, okay, and then sit up here because that man can't give her the diamonds and everything else and whatnot, or can't buy her the car right now, whatever, and go out there and mess with somebody and whatnot that treat them like dirt, okay, because they'll give them the diamonds and they'll give them the car and they give them and they love making might be better than the husband at home. Well, the one at home is not making love good enough. Teach him. You can teach him. You really can. But if he's doing the right thing, if he's trying to develop, and if he's trying to sit up here and do the right thing, this is for the good woman. Stick with your man. You can develop that man. You got some people out here once again, talking about the good parts. You have some ladies out here and whatnot that hardworking, okay? And you'll have somebody at home that don't want to do anything at all, that'll sit up here and go out here and cheat on you, want to sit up here and hit you and everything else and whatnot. And then you'll sit up here and find somebody out there and meet somebody out there that'll give you the world. And I'm not trying to break anybody up, but I'm going to keep it real, okay? If a man is not treating you right at home, if a man is hitting on you and cheating on you and cursing you out and calling you all kinds of names and whatnot, and God presents another man with you that's going to do the right thing and take care of you and whatnot and be the right man for you, you know what to do. Keep it real, okay? Sometimes you have to let go of that bad seed. You can't always take a bad seed and develop it into something that you want, because sometimes a bad seed is exactly what it is. And yet and still, you'll sit up here and keep that bad person, okay, instead of going with that good person that want to give you everything, that want to take care of you, that want to do everything for you and whatnot. See, like I said, you are God's gift to woman, to man. Okay, you have to act like that. Hold your head up high. Don't let no man downgrade you or put you down. Don't let no man curse you out. Anytime a man hits you, okay, and come back and say he's sorry to you, and then turn around again and do it again and whatnot, it's time to get away from that man, because that means that man is not going to change. And sometimes a man will sit up here and cheat on you, curse at you, hit you and everything else and whatnot. As soon as they think they're about to lose you, then all of a sudden now they want to sit up here and they want to give you a ring, okay, and ask you to marry them. And why would you want to marry somebody that's going to cheat on you, curse you out, hit you? If you think it was bad then, if you marry him, it's going to be 10 times worse. Okay. And we have to, the woman, you have to know your worth. Okay. God made you, the bone of the rib of the man. Okay. You're worth more than what any man can sit up here and try to come bring to the table. If a man is not doing right by you, if a man is not treating you right and whatnot, leave him alone. God's got somebody better for you out there and whatnot, but you have to know your worth. Stop allowing to be in relationships, and I'm gonna put it out there too, because I know people that have relationships that they've been in for 8-9 years, and this man won't put a ring on their finger, won't talk about marriage. But if a man's talking about marriage and haven't put a ring on your finger 8-9 years, 10 years and whatnot, then he ain't looking to marry you. Okay. And why would you sit up here and waste your time with somebody that's not looking to make this legal? Even if you have a child by a person, if they don't want to do the right things, ladies, your worth is too much to give. Your worth is too much to trade in for somebody that doesn't want to do the right thing. Even if you have a child, if a man don't want to sit up here and do the right thing and don't want to treat you right, leave him alone and find somebody and let God put somebody in your life that's going to do the right thing. So this is what I'm saying when I'm talking about relationships, and God said, keep it real, because we have to keep it real with each other. Ladies, you're worth too much and whatnot to let anybody steal your peace and your joy. Don't let any man steal your peace and your joy. You're worth too much. God made you a special creation. You have something that nobody else have and whatnot. You have a lot of wisdom. Okay, you have a lot of knowledge, and sometimes and whatnot, you're overseer on things and whatnot that men can't see. Okay, but you got to be a good woman to understand that. So women, pick up your shields and whatnot. Okay, and stop letting these no good men sit up here and dog you out and do things to you and whatnot. Okay, and when a good man come and whatnot, you turn them down because you so in love with this bad person that you won't let that good person in. So this is what I was talking about when I say, God, keep it real. And I'm hoping that this message helps somebody and whatnot, and I hope I delivered it right. So, Father, thank you for these 2 messages that you gave and whatnot to the men and the women about your word says, keep it real. And we give you all the praise and honor in Jesus' name. Amen.